Warning. The Bearded Barbarian Collectibles YouTube channel is for mature audiences in age, but immature humor only. If you are offended by sarcasm and playful jabs at others' expenses, you may want to get in your spaceship and leave the galaxy. All those remaining, sit back and relax as we join the Bearded Barbarian with hours and hours of entertainment. If you are new to the Bearded Barbarian YouTube channel, subscribe and join the Barbarian Horde, and help build the Empire to take over the Republic.
Hey everybody, we are back. That's right. 2 weeks we were off. My fault. I've been very sick the last 7 or 8 days. Hopefully you won't get a computer virus from this, but I am feeling a lot better. I got a little bit frog in my throat still, but we're gonna have a fun time tonight. I've been looking forward to coming back and sharing my thoughts on Lord knows what. Okay, and if you read in the description of our thumbnail, we're going to ruin some movies for you. Okay, we're changing some endings. Okay, I've got brilliant ideas. Chase and I have brilliant ideas on how to fix major franchises like Star Wars, because they need fixing. Let's be honest. I mean, they're just, C-. Okay, so anyway, hopefully it'll be a fun time. You can share your thoughts in the chat on what we think, etc. But it should be a fun time this evening. And we've got a few guests coming in, but mainly it's going to be Chase and I just talking back and forth. More time to listen to you-know-who about you-know-what. Okay? Well, enough of all that. Here he is, our co-host for the evening and every Thursday evening, Chase from Chase's Kingdom.
Going on? Welcome
right.
to the Barbarian Horde Variety Show. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man. Been a few weeks. We're down here in Florida preheating.
No, it's still preheating, and you're not heated yet. It's got to be hot as hell down by there by now, doesn't it?
Well, it's 90s with a what is it? A heat index of like 94.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But good to be back. Good to be back. I'm gonna ruin some movies tonight.
Yeah, why not?
Is that the plan?
Why not? At first, I was saying, you know what the thing was? I suggested this. Just let people know, put back the curtain. I suggested this as a topic, and then I realized I have the worst memory, and I don't even remember how half these movies ended. So I'm just like, I'm going to change an ending, and I started changing an ending. I was like, that's the actual ending of the movie. What am I doing? And just like, so I had to go through my memory, which is not great, about what movies I want to change the ending to. But I think I got some good ones. I think I got some good ideas.
I didn't write anything down. I figured I'll go from.
Oh God! You have a much better memory though. Like when you're doing reviews of movies, it's a movie that I just saw and just like I don't remember that part. I don't remember what happened, so I'm not sure. We'll see. I wrote them down, so we'll see if I can get anywhere.
And as usual, we'll have our national days. And, and then we got what do we got down here? Maybe a couple dad jokes at the end.
Oh,
we're gonna steal an old segment from if you used to watch them. The old what do they call that show? JKL and Pop the Heat. Hot Topics. Hot Topics.
Hot Topics. That's right.
Hot Topics.
Right.
You know, going back to the days of Hot Topics.
JKL tonight, and he was too busy. He once again big timed us. He's lifting weights or something. I really don't. What do you think he's lifting weights for? I still don't understand. What is the end game here?
Well, I don't have the video right now.
You still think he's doing those hip thrusts? He's still doing hip thrusts at this particular point. Is that what this is?
Yeah. I mean, wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off. Okay. I don't know.
This is very repetitive, so I figured.
I don't know.
I don't know what he's training for.
I don't need. Look, all I need to do is 2 or 3 hip thrusts, and I'm all finished anyway. So I don't know why you need to do 100 of them. You know what I mean? What's the point?
Might be an event. It's not in the. It's not in the Harry Potter training manual.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Okay. Because you have a magic wand.
There's no
you
metal.
Don't need to do that. You just wave your magic wand and it's over. You know what I mean? So,
I just saw the metal video. I figured there might be some hip thrusts.
That's true.
You get a hip thrust medal.
No, I don't think that you'd have to do 1,000,000 of those things. You'd really be worn out.
Well, he's about halfway there. So.
Well, there you go.
From what I keep seeing online. Oh man, well, maybe he'll pop in. We send the link out to him. You never know. Maybe he'll give us a holler while he's on the subway on his way home. You never know.
Yeah, maybe he'll be texting while he's on a treadmill and fall down. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what gets out there. We did. There's some hooks in the water. So
let's see, where is this thing? I'm all discombobulated. Oh, there we go. All right, you guys. Well, we definitely appreciate you guys hanging out. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern on Bearded Barbarian Collectibles channel and also Chase's Kingdoms channel for Barbarian Horde, the variety show. Definitely appreciate you guys hanging out. And you did get the box. You got the box.
I got it. I have not opened it yet. I'm going to this weekend. I'm going to record a video and get it pulled together.
So next week, you guys will have a chance to get a couple pops that I'm adding to the stack.
That's right.
Yeah,
How many pops are there? A number of pops in there? I mean, it's a pretty big box.
The whole thing's pops. It's all pops.
It's all pops.
There's literally all pops. But there's an envelope. I threw some stickers in there. You could, pass on as well.
I definitely will.
And then obviously, if there's anything that you're like, well, I'm gonna go ahead.
Would I do that? Would I take away from the people? That doesn't sound like me at all. Actually, it definitely does.
It's just so,
we'll switch
looking forward to that. Of course, he's going to give me all kinds of help for waiting so long to add to the stat. That's what I feel.
I would never do that. I'm very gracious. I'm very gracious.
So, still got to pay shipping though. So,
I'm sure
that's my fee
either. And did I tell you that it went to New Jersey for some reason?
Yes,
I don't understand the United States Postal Service that sent something from Florida to Virginia. And if you're not good at geography, New Jersey is north of Virginia, and I don't understand how it ended up there. It just went right past us, kept on going. I went down to the post office because it was supposed to get there like a day earlier than when I went. I went over there and I asked him, I said, I don't see a yellow slip in my box. I need to get my package. He's like, there's no package. So I looked on the tracking. I was like, holy shit, it's in New Jersey.
It just bypasses you.
Just kept going.
Well, special box.
There you go. They got to us. We're in good shape.
All right. Well, we do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and pass the show on. Hit the share button if you would be so kind. And if you're new to the show, hit subscribe, notification bell, all that craziness, and come hang out with us on Thursdays. Mm-hmm. We have different guests. We usually have some regulars, and
some irregulars.
Let's have some fun. So, all right, let's get to some shout outs. Let's do it. You want to do shout outs?
Right. Let's do it. Why
not? All right. Wait, I should have got a hold of Nick. What's up, Nick?
Good old Nick. Yeah. Well, we'll have to make sure to catch up with Nick next time. Hey, Nick, how you doing, buddy? We appreciate you coming out tonight. It is damn sure. I take the blame. I've been sick the last couple of weeks, and trust me, if I was here, because I was off sick that day. All I would have done was been coughing and coughing into this microphone. So if you were listening to headphones, oh man, you would not have been a happy camper with that one. Something really disgusting happened to me that I'll be happy to share with people. So I'm driving down the road. It takes me an hour and a half from where I am to get to work. Just to let you know. Pull back there. So I'm walking along. I'm driving along. I'm about 10 minutes into my drive, and I coughed up a big green mucusy plug into my mouth. And I'm just like, oh crap! I got an hour and 15 more minutes. I gotta spit this out somewhere. I didn't have any tissues, of course. I rolled my window down, and I put everything I had. And it's spitting it out the window, and I guess you can imagine what happened. It went about 3 inches and went plop right on my shirt, right here. And it was the nastiest. It looked like a green flower of mucus, and I had no way of getting it off there. I was just like, what am I going to do? I'm in the middle of nowhere because it takes. That's where I go. So I let it get. I drove all the way to work, an hour and 15 minutes. It sat right there, and then when I got to work. I couldn't get it. I didn't have anything to rake it off. I'm driving down the road.
Give it the old Hawk Tua.
I tried to give it the old Hawk Tua, and I was probably as successful as she was. It didn't really work out, and it stuck. And then by the time I got there, it had hardened. I mean, like really hardened. I was like, I couldn't chisel it off. So luckily, I had a coat in the back. I put it on. I had to go in through security to get into the building, and I went into the bathroom there, and I had a hell of a time trying to get that off. It was the most disgusting.
It's like
brutal, man.
Badge.
It was like Elmer's. Like by the time you get there, it was like tacky. It was like, oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
So hopefully nobody's eating a snack while they're listening to this because it is really gross. So.
Strange dog.
That's strange dog.
Nice logo, my man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go.
I like it.
Fun.
I wonder who did that.
Was that you?
Yeah. That was
good. Look at you. Look at you being nice.
I had to hook him up, man. It was
there you go.
Past due for a new logo.
Mm-hmm.
The
James.
real James Willie. What's up, my man?
Appreciate you, real James.
James Willie. All right, so we got a couple in here. I'm sure they'll pile in. They're like, wow, they're not going to be live this week. So
well, the thing is interesting is on my Instagram, I put, hey, canceled, right, from last week. And today, somebody went on there and liked you know how they like your photo? Like your photo? I was like, oh, crap. I guarantee you that person thinks it's this week. Oh, my goodness.
They didn't look at the days posted.
No, they don't tell you when the days are posted. Just like, oh, it's canceled tonight. I need to take those down or something. I don't know what I need to do. That's not smart. So.
Oh, man. So have you got obviously you were sick, so you didn't get a chance to go check out the new Thunderbolts movie. Holy smokes.
I didn't.
Man,
was
great
it good?
movie. It was good. Now they're all claiming it was the best Marvel movie ever. Blah blah blah. No, I disagree with it. I just the typical magazines and those people. Anyway, Thunderbolts, the new Avengers is what they're calling them. But I gotta say, it was great. It was good. It started pretty fast, lasted long enough to where there wasn't too many lulls in the movie, but it's still not. It's not better than Deadpool, Wolverine. It's just not. That's my opinion.
Who's your favorite character in this? Have you determined like who your favorite character or one like likely that they're going to spin off into a standalone? There's new people, right? It's all new folk.
No, there's only really one new guy.
Oh,
there's only one.
Okay.
Yeah, the villain.
It was all new people.
No. It's all basically the it's the rejects basically, and it's almost like the Suicide Squad thing. Yeah, they're like the rejects of. I wouldn't say rejects because you got Bucky. So, and then you got the guy that became Captain America.
Okay.
I can't remember his name right now. Sergeant whatever his name is.
Okay.
And then you got the Black Widow sister, which she would be badass in her own movie, the Russian.
Okay.
Her and her dad would be pretty cool. The Russian guy, I can't even remember his name right now. It escapes me, but
okay.
They named them the New Avengers at the end. I was like, okay, so they're pretty much going to try to possibly push another movie. I don't know. It was okay.
Well, they're doing like Secret Wars and Doom. Those are Avenger movies anyway. How can they call them the New Avengers? Those are going to be the Avenger movies, aren't they?
Well, because you got the new Fantastic Fours coming.
Yeah.
So you got that, and there's supposed to be some cameos in that. So I don't know where they could spend. I mean, they could spend it any way, but they're just not going to beat Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Oh no,
it's just not going to, man. There was megastar, things, and then they're already talking about the new Blade movie, and there may be a new Gambit movie coming, and blah blah blah.
I'm looking forward to the Gambit movie. I don't know if I want a new Blade like with a different Blade. I'm not interested in that, but I guess I'd watch
it'll
it
have
probably.
the original Blade training probably some underling.
You think? No, well, maybe.
Something to that effect. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see, James, maybe. Okay, make sure I'm staying with the chat. All right, let's go to where's the media assets here? Let's go to this one. Oh, did I upload? It is Star Wars month. It's Star Wars month today. Now, you're gonna get at least one Star Wars video out this month. I got one out of the way.
I need to.
Because I was like, I think it was last year. If you go back in my video library and you go back to like last year, I tried to shoot or post a video or something. Literally, it could be like a minute, 2-minute video, whatever it was, but every day for the whole month for Star Wars month. I roughed that challenge out, and boy, that was tasking. Let me tell you.
It's a lot. I've done that before, and
I was just trying to think of any stupid thing, and I'm like, okay, put on a Chewbacca outfit, grab Grogu, and go get beer. And took the wife with me. She videotapes me going into the store. Of course, in Florida,
it's just that nobody even looked, did they? That was just like,
and I was melting. Well, no, one guy, he was like, he was about to go in the store as I was going in, and then he just stopped and was like, yeah, no.
No, this is a different store down the road. It's probably better situation.
But the cashier didn't blink an eye. That's for sure.
No, just another day.
But I did happen to just drop a new video with the Mandalorian with Grogu.
Oh yeah. I need to see that. I'm behind on a bunch of videos for sure.
Though those pops are pretty fire. They're Bandai figures. It's like a Japanese crossover. Pretty sweet, man. I gotta get that Vader because that Vader is insane cool looking. But yeah, pretty cool. So I got the one Star Wars video out of the way. So I'm like, do I keep doing? Do I do one of those videos where I just pick my favorite Star Wars pops, just pop one of those out just to keep it kind of cool? I got some sweet ones, man. I should show. So,
I got plenty of Star Wars stuff. I definitely could record some videos. And it's been
that's what I'm saying. You got Star Wars. Yeah. So it is Star Wars month. You got to get out at least one video, Barbarian. At least
right. I'm very slow lately. I'm not going to get out a video a month, let alone. It took me forever to post that last one. I started the video the first time, and I had one medal. And by the time I was done, I had 3. I mean, I had waited so long that I'd done so much walking that I was able to get 3 medals in there. So I just finished another one. I got another one coming now. So anyway.
I at least try to get at least one video a week. So if you follow my channel, that's kind of the goal. I do what I can do. And honestly, being just a collector, mostly Funko. I do collect other things. I do dabble in other things, but there's really not much Funko going around. I did just get, which I'm wicked stoked. Mr. Ugly's probably going to shoot the video for this. I got the new Papa from the band Ghost.
That looks
Ghost
good.
BC. Cool. And he's got the glitter jacket. See it flashing. It's glittery.
Yeah,
I got that. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I get to shoot that. But there ain't been really nothing dropping that I'm like, gotta have it.
Yeah.
Type situation.
I look on
gotta get rid of it.
Funko Shop online a lot, and I just don't see anything that really jumps out at me that I really gotta have. No. So of course the thing of it is there's really not that many movies coming out. So it's just like back in the days when they were cranking out movie after movie, like Avengers movie, you're like, I want to see that, and now there's just not that many movies. So like, what are you going to make a Funko of? I don't know. Some shows, I guess. I mean, there's some shows that are out that are pretty decent. And I don't know.
They just tend to reuse the same licensing, so they can't really. There's not much as far as new licensing for them to go for, I guess. I mean, there's some avenues, but it's not going to keep the belly full for them as far as they're looking to just
they're struggling.
Which I did notice within the past, let's say 2 weeks, Walmart forever. We're talking months and months, 7 months at least. Garbage, not much left. Didn't put out new stuff at all. Rare that they put anything new out.
Mm-hmm.
I went there for 2 weeks in a row, fully stacked with all kinds of new pops. Yeah, I was like, okay, did Walmart like re-sign with Funko and decided to just go hog wild, or what's going on here? Because it was crazy. It was the new style Star Wars where they kind of look like they're coming out of a comic book. They got that whole line in. They got a bunch of new Dragon Ball Z. They got all kinds of good stuff. They had a lot of One Piece. I was surprised. One Piece at Walmart. Like, what the hell's going on now?
I haven't been to Walmart in a while. It's been a while since actually. I have tendency not to shop in stores that much anymore, so I don't know.
I gave up on them quite a while ago. Like, no point. There's really no point to go chase hunting or any of that in a Walmart. And then they're horrible for as far as like anything release date wise. They'll never have whatever's supposed to be there during the release. Maybe you can order it online and get it damaged in the mail.
That's the thing. It's just like, I'm extra careful with ordering things from Walmart or Amazon or anything like that because of the damage. So
I can't do that no more, man. I'm pretty much done with that. But check your local Walmart out. I'm having more fun with my Five Below, honestly, because it's all about the sodas. Like, we know they're dead. They're not. They're pretty much not going to do anymore. I think after that Terrifier, there might have been one more, maybe. Yeah. And the Terrifier one was a complete catastrophe because they put the Chase sticker on the can, which is
really dumb.
So after that, they're dead. But you can still get them at Five Below, and there's still quite a few that I don't have. Like, I did pick up 2 Star-Lord. Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm like, well, take a shot. I mean, I've opened a Star-Lord or 2, I'm sure, but I've never gotten the Chase. So
I was gonna say, I don't know that I've got the Chase for Star. Maybe I did. I would have to take a look at my sodas. But
he's got a red jacket and he's pointing his gun if it's the Chase.
Okay, there's a possibility. I know I have the pop of that one. That's I got the Chase, but I'm not sure if I have the soda or not. Yeah, I've got the Star-Lord right over there.
I killed it there. I think it was 2 or 3 videos ago. It was like, boom, Chase, boom, Chase, boom, Chase. Ah! Hey. It was like unbelievable. And I had saved them up too. So I had no idea.
It comes in waves for sure. I mean, sometimes it's just like you open soda after soda and there's nothing. And then all of a sudden you open 3 and there are 3 Chases in there. So you never really know.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Let's see. You guys still hanging
out? Or just get Kid Kale to buy your sodas for you, and he'll give you all Chases.
There you go. And whenever he does videos, his father always wins.
Right.
And he gets nothing.
That's right.
K always fucking kills it. Get it back. What's up, buddy? All right, man. Well, let's get to some variety. Let's see what we got for National Days today. Thanks once again for hanging out with us for an all-new Barbarian Horde Variety Show. What's up? Another Johnny Knight popping in. Man, he is gamer crazy. He knows how it is, too. There ain't much to collect these days. He's like, watch me play video games. Some badass, like, horror-themed stuff, like aliens and all kinds of good stuff, Johnny Knight.
There you go.
He's stopping in, man. So, yeah, we got some National Days with some variety. Add a little variety to your day. Not too many today. Sometimes, man, there's like way too many days for one, like National Day, 12 different things. I'm not lying. But today, it is National Student Nurse Day. Do you know anybody that's a nurse or works in the medical industry?
Nurse? No, not sure that I do. I know some naughty nurses, but not the good nurses, not the actual ones that have medical.
That you call out of the phone book?
Well, they don't really have a phone book. I think it's an online kind of situation now. So
The online book.
The online
I
book.
just showed my age.
I was going to say, if we have any younger viewers, they're like, "What is that? What are the yellow pages? Good Lord, why are they yellow?" I have no idea.
It made it easier to see. White pages, you know. So, yeah.
Well, there used to be white pages and yellow pages. That's what people need to understand.
Right. The white pages were the people, and the yellow pages were the businesses.
The businesses. That's right.
See, look, you learn something every show.
There you go. There any young people here? I don't think we have young viewers, so I think everybody that knows these understand. There are probably some people in here that understand the crank phones, and they talk to somebody on the other end. And what number are you calling? 4. I'm calling number 4. Okay, because there's a few of them in our chat, don't you think?
For sure.
Some old folks.
Remember the old rotary phone days?
The old rotary phones. I like watching those. Have you seen those videos where they show a young person trying to work her rotary phone? It's like having an actual monkey trying to do the alphabet. They cannot figure it out. It's just like, I don't understand how it's that complicated. It looks pretty self-explanatory. They're like trying to push on it and just like, I don't understand how you push. Button. You see it's a wheel. What do you do with a wheel? I don't understand. Weird. They
just hand them random objects like a cassette tape. Yep, got no clue.
Right.
Like, oh my God. Now I really feel bold.
I know.
So National Nurse Day. So if you know any nurses or people that are, in doctoring school, whatever it is, family member, reach out.
Right.
Happy National Nurse Day. But today is National Have a Coke Day. I did that before the show. I had a Coke and a small whiskey. I like Pepsi.
It's not Pepsi Day. I don't have anything to do with Coke. Absolutely not. I hate Coke.
Him. Oh my God. Coke. I like Pepsi. I'm always I could do either or. I really have no preference. Like, honestly, like sometimes I'll get some cherry Pepsi. Sometimes I'll just get a Coca-Cola.
It's got too much of a bite. I like when you taste test them. It's like the Coke has just more of a bite to it. I don't like anything that has a bite. I'm not into it.
Okay, too bitey.
Too bitey.
I dig the Mexican Coke in the glass bottle. That's the way to go. Real sugar.
What's different about the Mexican Coke? What's in there? Real sugar?
It's got cane sugar, real sugar, and then any other Coke has just corn syrup. So it's a lot better. I mean, neither of them's better for you, but I mean,
right.
As far as I'd rather have the Coke. It just tastes better. It just tastes more clean. It's just more clean, especially if you're gonna have yourself a little, whiskey and Coke. You're gonna.
I see.
You're
not putting enough whiskey in there if you're tasting the Coke. I don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be whiskey, Coke. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be this much Coke, this much whiskey. Isn't that how it works?
Well, yeah,
just a floater. That's all
I do get yelled at. A little floater of Coke. Just enough to darken it a little more.
Right.
All right. So today's National Coconut Cream Pie Day.
Oh, I hate coconut. Oh. The most disgusting thing ever. Oh my God in heaven.
I'm a fan of some coconut now. I like well, I was gonna say Matt. I didn't want to just JKL. It's like I like almond joy.
I don't like it.
You don't like the consistency?
I don't. It has a mushy, grainy, gritty. Oh,
what about disgusting. The flavor though?
I mean, like sometimes like coconut milk, I don't mind as much. Like they'll make like coconut shrimp or something like that where they'll cook it in the milk or something. I'm okay with that. Although it's a diuretic, it's not really ideal. You need to be near a bathroom if you drink a lot of coconut milk. But the consistency of coconut, I don't like it. The best thing about coconuts is that they make bras out of them. Okay, and I'm okay with that. Anything else, I'm past. So.
One of my favorite cakes is the Petridge Farm coconut vanilla cake. It's just a little thing, little square deal. Then you just right out of the freezer. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. The coconut cream.
My wife likes German chocolate cake, and I didn't realize the first time back when I was eating cake and unhealthy, etc. And I was like, oh, cake, chocolate cake. I didn't know that there were coconut in it. I ate it, and almost vomited on her. It was the most disgusting thing. Ugh. Gross.
That's the frosting has coconut in it.
Yeah, I don't know. Something in it that didn't taste right.
And that is it for National Days. Not too many.
Not too good. It's a rough day, and I don't support any of these things. I don't like Coke. Well, nurses are fine. I'm okay with nurses, but the coconut pass. Okay, so the only one I can accept is the nurse.
You're not even a doctor, so
that's right. Nowadays, when you go to see the doctor, all you see is the nurse anyway. The doctor doesn't even darken the doors, so it doesn't matter.
There you go. National Days. These folks. Signed up. All right. So what we got? We're gonna ruin the end of a few movies, maybe two,
a few
maybe
movies.
Three.
Right.
We'll see how it
I
goes.
wrote down 5. I don't know if we'll ever get there, but I put 5 down, so we'll see how far we get.
Shit. All right. Well, you always start us off, so if you want to go ahead and get us started.
I'll start us off. Okay, so the first one is Titanic. Okay, so look, and I get it. Okay, the boat sinks. I'm not going to change the boat from sinking, although it's sad. You know what I mean? I kind of hoped they wouldn't change it. I don't like those sad movies. But anyway, the fact that girl let poor Jack, he drew a picture of her naked, didn't charge her a penny. Okay, and what does he get for his troubles? Frozen to death, and then at the bottom, and then what does she do? She throws the necklace off like that's some sort of big thing at the end. That's lame. What should have happened is they should have both fallen off the boat and died together. Don't you think? I mean, that would have been romantic. Much more romantic. Much more
the
romantic.
Old Romeo and Juliet moment.
The old Romeo and Juliet kind of situation. It was a Romeo, and Juliet was like, I don't really think so. I'll find some other person to hang out with. And... Dude. It just sent the wrong message. You know what I mean? It sent like the message that, well, you were a lower class citizen, so you should die, and this wealthy girl, she should float on the door. So,
right. So I'll put a twist to the end of your movie, where as they're dying, remember the guys with the violins? They were going down with the ship.
They were.
They should have not gone down. They should have been the survivors, and they should have been on a boat going by as those two were drowning.
They just keep fiddling. What would they have played? I'm curious. What kind of song would they have played? The Death March, dun 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 dun. You know, one of those kind of things. I don't know. What taps? They would have played taps or something like that. She's sinking.
Flight of the Bumblebee.
Flight of the Bumblebee.
They just slowly go off into the distance as the music gets quieter. They just. Oh. Yeah, you know what happened. They just froze.
Yeah. That was sad. Yeah. They didn't get their paycheck. You know what I mean? They went down with the ship and didn't even get paid. I mean, it's bull, man.
Well, I definitely agree. I have to agree with that.
And Titanic was one of my favorite movies, but they could have tweaked it. I didn't really understand it. I also saw, did you ever see Mythbusters where they tried to, because people said they could have taken turns or they could have both gotten on that door. And supposedly the proof was they couldn't gotten on the door. It would have sunk the door. But they could have taken turns, I think. You know what I mean? Lasted a little bit longer. They could have alternated.
Not much longer, but yeah, sure. But hey, I've heard of people like you can float, right? People float on top of the water.
Well, you're still in the water. You got frozen. You didn't drown. I mean, I understand it was the frozen part, but wasn't there? It was a big ship. Was there another door that floated somewhere? I mean, why wasn't there another? There's got to be another door somewhere. I didn't understand that.
It'll latch some bodies together and make a raft. I mean,
he
didn't even try to go somewhere else. He just I'm just going to hold on.
Just hung around and started chatting. Like, hey, let's just chat.
Well, there goes I just start gathering some stuff. I mean, make an effort.
Hang on the side of the boat or try to get in the boat. I'd be fighting somebody to get in one of those boats. I don't know what to tell you. Chivalry's dead. I gotta fight someone to get in that boat. you know.
Yeah. They're like women and children first. Then you've seen a couple like really old ones on the boat. You're just like,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
They might have 2 years.
I'm telling you.
Especially
Sad.
back then.
Right. That's right.
You know, the medical industry wasn't like, you know.
Exactly. Very sad. I
What's
did
going
like the
on,
movie. I went
Eggman?
to the theater, and it was actually one of the few movies I went to the theater and saw a couple times. I actually enjoyed the movie that much. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I did. I did see it in the theater. I don't know if I've seen it a couple times. Most likely, because back then it was the thing to do. You're bored. Oh, let's go watch that again. And
Yeah, yeah.
It's $4. the matinee's $4.
That's right.
And like these days, where it's like what, no less than $20.
Well, there's nobody in the theater nowadays. I mean, they need to make their money somehow. Back in those days, I remember you literally sitting in the front row for some of these movies, and you're shoulder to shoulder, and it was packed in those theaters, man. People don't realize how busy the theaters used to be.
Yeah, they did. They did. And definitely on the weekend, it was like, if you're going to see a movie, it was like, I don't know if I want to go. It's Friday night. You're like, you knew it was going to be packed.
Oh, especially on opening day weekend, I would get to, unless it was a really awesome movie, I didn't want to get in those lines. But there, I remember getting in long lines to get into the movies for certain, like Star Wars movies and some of the, Raiders of the Lost Ark movies and Ghostbusters. I remember standing in long lines to those.
That was the best.
Yeah.
You start to get closer. You start smelling the popcorn, and then you start getting a little excited. You start hearing the arcade inside.
Getting in line for tickets, and then they're like, "Oh, sold out." I mean, then it's just like, "Oh, that sucked. That was horrible. That was the worst."
Yeah. Or it's you're there for the 8:30, but they're like, "Well, sold out, but there's the late show. Come back in a couple hours." Man, you got to change your whole night.
We just get tickets to you get tickets to. I would always get tickets to another movie and then try to get in, because there was no assigned seating back in those days. You're just first come, first serve. You plunk your tail down, and that's the end of it. So just unless they were checking tickets, which was known to happen from time to time, that you're in there, and they're just like, the person gets pissed off. They get up to go to the bathroom, and you're in their seat.
Yep. You shouldn't have left.
You shouldn't have left. Hold it. If you got to poop or pee, you hold it to the end. That's it.
Right. We used to do, I'm sure, well, I don't know, some of you might have done. You'd watch one movie, and you'd go over and watch another movie.
Yeah.
Might as well. I got a couple hours to kill.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that these days anymore.
I don't know. I don't think it'd be a big deal, because it's just like the last couple times I went to the movies, there was you could shot a cannon off and not hit anybody. There was nobody in there. I mean,
perfect seat, dead center, right in the middle.
Yeah, dead center, right in the middle. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, but like I said, they wouldn't worry about it. Back in those days. Like I said, so you were sitting in someone else's seat, so they wanted to get you out of there.
So I always go dark when it comes to endings of movies. I would always go dark, so I'm trying to think. There's a couple. Okay. I'm thinking of Ghostbusters. For some reason, if they all would have got wiped out by the State Pub Marshmallow Man, then we'd all be ruled by
terrible. No Ghostbusters 2?
Ghoul. No Ghostbusters 2. They're all done.
Well, they become ghosts, and they could come back, and they could fight other ghosts as ghosts. How about that? That would have been cool, right?
That might have been cool.
That might have been cool.
That might have been cool. It's hard, though, to change the ending of a movie unless it's one of those really sad deal endings. Or
just like I said, there are some movies that ended, and just I wish I would have done this.
So, since it's Star Wars month, we could just trash some Star Wars.
I got Star Wars on my list here somewhere.
Did you pick a specific movie?
I did.
Or scene?
I did. No, I picked a specific movie. I didn't like the way it ended.
Yes. Luke, I am your father. That whole thing. Did you go there?
Well, that's not the ending of the movie. It's kind of the middle of the movie, but I guess there are things. That was pretty cool. That was mind-boggling.
Or Luke hooked up with Leia, then they found out later.
Then they were found out. That would have been really dark. I mean, I don't know. That would have sent down a completely different road. That wouldn't have been a Disney thing anymore. That would have been long since away from Disney.
That's jumping the shark for sure.
That's jumping the shark.
Because I always wanted to change Empire Strikes Back to the Ewoks were actually, because they were little savages. They were little cannibal savages.
They weren't in Empire Strikes Back. They were in Return of the Jedi.
Was it Return of the? Okay,
Yeah.
no, yeah, you're right. Return of the Jedi. The Ewoks, regardless.
You didn't like the Ewoks.
Well, they were cannibal savages. They're supposed to be vicious and scary. They're creepy little black eyes, and it's like, oh, they're so cute. No, they're not cute, because they will literally skin you alive and eat you.
Right.
And they're vicious little animals, and they will eat each other. They do not care. They're just wild beasts.
They look like teddy bears. Didn't they look like cuddly little teddy bears?
Yeah, they're cuddly little cute little. Oh,
until they eat you,
little Ewok.
and then they're not
until
as
you bite
cute.
your face.
Right.
Yeah, right. They shouldn't have been friends, because remember, they brought them in. They were going to cook them. They were literally going to cook Luke.
Right.
And Han
That's
Solo. Alive.
So that was what you wanted to change the ending to, for Luke to get cooked? I don't know. That seems...
Yeah. Well, they shouldn't have definitely been buddies. I don't think they necessarily should have been captured.
Well, I don't know they were buddies. Ewoks. They were ordered by C-3PO, right? Because they thought he was a god, so they listened to him because he was a god. I didn't get there
because Luke did the old Jedi deal and floated him around the room.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, but at first they were about to be eaten. But then at the end of the movie, they're all celebrating like they're buddies.
Right. Okay.
Because they defeated the Empire.
That's when they want to eat them at the end. Is that what you're saying? I think that's.
I don't even think they should have got that far, because they battled stormtroopers and all that, and then they became friends. Right now we're friends.
Right.
Still
so they should have fought them at the end. Is that what you're thinking?
They should have wiped them all out. They should have just immediately. Yes. If you look around their camp, it's all bones and skulls. It's like, it's the most creepiest, obvious thing ever, but nobody ever says anything about it. They're all just like,
well, it's just like
everybody loves the Ewoks. They're so cute.
Everybody they look like teddy bears, right? They look like little teddy bears. They forget the part where they were going to eat the people, the main characters, and decide to move on to just being friends. They're pals now.
They should have literally got attacked by Ewoks, and they should have just been fighting them off, killing them as they went. Never got captured. Never almost got cooked. They should have just.
Well, it would have been a different movie for sure. The movie would have taken a different ending. I actually have Return of the Jedi also, but I didn't really say anything specific about that. The thing I didn't understand is when they were trying to figure out who was the brother and who was the sister. I didn't like that. Like, I didn't like the idea that they were brother or sister. I thought just like that Luke Skywalker and she should have hooked up, you know what I'm saying? Not, actually. And then Luke and Han Solo become enemies. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that would have been... Yeah, and then one of them goes to the dark side, right? So almost like Luke becomes a bad guy now, to kind of goes in his father's, you know what I'm saying? Because he's got a little bit of that thing in him, right? His dad's Darth Vader. So he's got a little bit of that going on in there. So it's just like him and Han Solo have a thing, and they're fighting over the girl, because that's what happens a lot. And then the next movie that comes out, Luke is a bad guy. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been cool?
Well, revenge against Han Solo.
Revenge against Han Solo.
Right. That would have been cool. So Luke as an evil villain, right. Because I was even thinking, which is on my notes, what if Luke was able to make Vader come back to the good side,
right?
And how would that have ended up?
Well, I didn't like the fact that they killed off Vader anyway. I wish they wouldn't have done that, or the Emperor. You know what I mean? They really tried to put a big bow on this thing and say that's the end, then nothing else is going to happen. And then when they make another movie, you're like, okay, how are we going to fix this? How are we going to undo what we did here? Because that's basically what they did, right?
Yeah, they absolutely did. Because they're like, oh, he cloned himself. And you're like, wait a minute.
How did he get thrown down a hole and somehow he's back? I still don't understand that. It's just such a silly thing. I don't.
Yeah, he had clones of himself, so he wouldn't necessarily die, I guess.
Right. I think that a lot of movies, and I mean, and I get why they do this, they put everything in a neat bow. But that's not like, if you're trying to make a movie that sort of semi-resembles life, that's not how life works, right? Like, there's nothing that sort of gets in a, just like there's all these loose ends, just like in life. Why not create all these loose ends and let you wonder, hey, I wonder what happened to this, or I wonder what happened to that.
Right.
And, you know,
I like that better.
And it sort of gives you the opportunity after the fact, all the folks that want to talk about it, I think this happened, or I think that happened, as opposed to everybody knows what happened because they told you what happened, right?
Right. Because at the end, they're all happy and smiling at each other. We all got medals, and we're just
just like in real life, right? I got a couple medals down there, but I mean, normally you don't get that way.
They're all high-fiving and like,
right.
Okay. The empire is destroyed.
Empire, sort of.
Sure.
Until the next pile of money that needs to come in, then they found their way back.
Right. Well, in lieu of Star Wars Day, I did create a little video starring yours truly, the Barbarian, and JKL. We got JKL. We were waiting. We still got time to add a couple more cameos, but this is what we got so far. We just want to say to all you Star Wars fans, may the Force be with you.
This is Blue Leader standing by.
Barbarian standing by.
This is Gold Leader standing by. Hit that opening.
All right, guys, I'm on it. L Awesome, here to save your asses.
Need some help here, need some help.
Roger. This is Kingdom standing by. Copy that, Black Leader. Good luck, Paul.
Hold up, all crap, hold up. Admiral, we have enemy ships in 637.
It's a trap. Roger.
Fighters coming in.
Are we really doing this?
I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
Look out.
Wrong logo at the end, damn it. I messed it up.
It's all good. You did a lion's share of the work, that's for sure, so no worries. It was cool.
May the Force be with you guys.
May the Force be with you.
That was fun making that.
Yeah,
so,
it came out good. It came out real good.
We still got a couple weeks. Send in a cameo. I kept trying, like, hey guys, come on. Give me a green screen. You don't even have to do a green screen these days. You could literally just stand in front of a white wall. And I can my program, I can just trim you out. I can trim the whole thing out. I don't need necessarily green screen. So I was trying to say in the chat, but it's hard to communicate that when it's via text.
Right. Well, people don't understand. So there you go.
I'm gonna try to do a little more with that. Maybe something else. We still got time. We got a couple weeks before it's over.
It was fun. I digged it. I dug it.
I did do a whole. I think it was Saturday. Yeah. I immediately I was like, okay. Do I do the whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or do I do the way it actually came out? Because at my age, it was like we started at 4, 5, 6, and then went 1, 2, 3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm just gonna do it the way originally I was brought up to love Star Wars, which was
4, 5, 6,
4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3. So I don't know.
And then 7, 8, 9.
I didn't go. I just did the.
You didn't do 7, 8, 9? Come on. What about Rogue? What about Rogue?
It was a long ways.
You didn't do that one?
No, I didn't do Rogue.
You got to put it in between, man. 3 and 4.
Well, I figured because I watched 3 movies last Saturday because I had time. I was doing stuff around the house, cleaning, getting ready. I have my mother-in-law. It's going to be hanging out with me and my wife for Mother's Day. We're flying her down.
Nice.
My wife and her are going to a wedding, so it's a whole thing. Get the house ready.
Nice.
So I had time to watch.
So you're not going to this wedding? Are you saying you're not going to the wedding?
I'm not going to this wedding for sure. No.
Are you not invited to the wedding, or you just?
No, I'm definitely invited. I'm not a wedding guy. I mean, unless I'm part of the wedding party. Yeah, I'm just No, it's not my scene, man. It's not my
Well, there's
kind
plenty
of
of times that things
scene.
aren't my scene, but somehow I still end up getting dragged to these things.
No,
Although I haven't
I've
been to
been
weddings in a
given the
long
pass.
time, so
no,
cool.
I've been given the pass. I was like, I got to work.
Okay.
So, that's another thing.
One of those times you're looking forward to working instead of going to do
Well, I won't go that far, but it does save me a lot of headache.
I'm sure that it does.
They're going up northern Florida. I'm sure it's like probably like a 4 or 5 hour drive or something.
Is it like Jacksonville area?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Port Charlotte, Jacksonville, some farm.
Okay.
I have no idea. I didn't want to know. Like, how far? If it's further than like an hour, then I'm out. Nope. I can't do it.
Yeah, I haven't been to too many weddings lately. I've really missed out. Well, I wouldn't say I missed out. I'm grateful not to have to go. The last time I had to go to a distance, I went to California for a wedding, and I went for my cousin, and that's when I pooped on the door that time. It was interesting. It was an interesting time. I ended up spending more money going to that wedding than I did on my own wedding. So it's just like it was
there you go.
A long experience.
I have no cash to be spending. Pop Crew.
There you go.
What it do, Pop Crew?
Appreciate you coming, buddy.
Proper. What's happening, my man?
All right.
Figured he might be on break. He's usually working, or he'd be hanging out with us.
There you go.
Send you the link, man. You know us, and like, oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, sometimes weddings can be fun. I had my drummer, my ex drummer, now lives in Orlando. That's why ex drummer. But when he got married to his beautiful wife, no, best friend, one of my best friends. He just his job. He relocated to Orlando. So, but when he got married to his beautiful wife, that was a party. Now you can't. It wasn't a normal wedding, so
right.
I definitely wasn't going to be missing that. This is a normal wedding, so that's I'm not one to be doing all that. So,
right, I understand.
Sleep is. Oh, he goes. Well, what are you doing up? You're supposed to be sleeping already.
Well, this is better than sleep. He doesn't need sleep to hang out with us.
I think he's got Central Time or something like that.
Oh,
it's one of those deals. So
gotcha.
He's probably an hour ahead. He's brushing his teeth while he's watching. We're ruining the end of movies, man. Well,
yeah, we definitely are. Is there a movie that you like that we could just tell us the name of the movie and I'll find a way to ruin it for you? How does that sound? Sound good?
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, as a matter of fact, chat. That would be a fun segment.
Yeah, tell us what movie you like and see if we can find a way to really screw it up for you. You know what I mean? So,
right. Okay.
We're full of bad ideas. Full of really bad ideas.
I mean, I know I can come up with a couple others.
Before we do that, let's get our first hashtag. What do you think? Let's see if we can get some.
Do that?
Yeah, go ahead and do the first hashtag for the evening. We've been chatting for about 50 minutes so far. Why not?
All right, you guys, hit us with the hashtag. We'll pick one, and you'll be able to pick a pop or a soda from the pop stack. Definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with us on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, on Bearded Barbarian Collectibles channel and also Chase's Kingdoms channel. We definitely appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, have you hit the thumbs up? You might want to do that. You might want to hit that thumbs up. And if you're new to the show, catching it on the rewind, hit the subscribe up there, down there, notification bell. Future videos, future content like this with Bearded Barbarian Collectibles, Chase's Kingdom, the Barbarian Horde Variety Show.
All right.
I'm picking Jar Jar. I don't know about you, but it is Star Wars month. So.
No, okay. I'll let you do that.
She caught on pretty quick, man. What's going on, Beth? Welcome to the show. Aw, hashtag wedding movies. Okay. But it is Star Wars month, so
we'll go hashtag Jar Jar. Why
not? One of the most hated Star Wars characters.
Indeed. He ruined a whole movie for me.
For our show. So drop the hashtag Jar Jar, and we will pick that soon. All right, so we got a couple movies here. We got The Lost Boys and Lethal Weapon 1 through 4, or 1,
Ouch.
2, 3, or 4. I mean,
Lost Boys is easy to fix. I mean, you know, just like, you know, how does Kiefer die? You can't kill Kiefer, man. That's just not right. He should have lived, and he should have bit them boys. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Bite them boys, and then they all become vampires. You know what I mean?
Because they seemed pretty chill. They had their little cave. They were all just having a good old time.
Yeah, well, aside from killing half of the population on the West Coast there, I mean, other than that, they were pretty chill, you know.
They were just being vampires, doing their vampire thing. Like
They were. They definitely were.
Jar Jar. No spaces. Hashtag Jar Jar.
Lethal Weapon. Well, Lethal Weapon was a real, I don't know, it's a hard one to because, I mean, it was kind of a little bit different, but I mean, ultimately, I think that one of them should have died. Not Mel Gibson's character. The other dude. What's the other dude? Because the reality was the whole part of the first one. I don't really remember 2, 3, and 4, to be honest with you, which is unfortunate.
I really remember the first one. Yeah,
that's where I'm going. He's suicidal, and then he's into this and this whole thing, and then the idea is that he's going to hurt himself, and then ultimately, the end, he should have ended up hurting the other guy, right? That's really the ending you want. And then you just get another, like the next episode, they just give you another partner. And then he goes through different partners each time. Don't you think that'd be more interesting?
There you go.
And then like the next one, they're like, I hear that your last partner died. He's like, no, it was a misunderstanding. And, you know, it's just, I don't know. I think, you're reading
so
it
he
wrong.
Didn't get, the toilet got him. Is that what you said?
Yeah, exactly right. They buried him inside the toilet because it actually exploded.
It exploded. And that was,
yeah.
So, Jar Jars. Well, I mean, yeah. Or the reverse, where he definitely went unalive self, and that guy, every time he gets a partner.
But you couldn't do it without Mel. I mean, who would you have put in there? 2, 3, and 4 if Mel would have unmelded
that's
himself.
what I'm saying. Each movie, you would have went with a higher up, you know, one of those really. And that way, every time that one old dude gets a new partner, the new partner.
So you keep the old dude. Okay, all right. That's
right. Ends up offing himself because he's got issues. So,
right.
So one's Mel Gibson. Let's say the other's Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. Okay.
Yeah. Throw a couple.
You're going to do kind of a Game of Thrones kind of a situation. You're just going to kill main characters. You just keep killing main characters and hope it works out.
Yeah,
it's a good idea.
Seems to work for Game of Thrones. So.
I was going to say that was the cool thing about, just getting off subject. That was one of the coolest things about Game of Thrones. They were willing to kill off like the major character, because most places were like, you can't do that because then the show's dead. And then the show kept it going, and in a lot of cases it got better until that last season, and then it got crazy. Now, Game of Thrones should have ended differently. Now, talk about it changing. Now, it's a show, not a movie. That's why I didn't put it in there, but they should have fixed that. That was ridiculous. I'm all to pieces about that one.
They're trying. They're like, we're just going to shiny object you with the prequel to Game of Thrones. That never happened.
Right. It's just not the same. Just not the same.
It's not. Oh man, Milky's gonna watch this and be like, y'all are just he's a Game of Thrones fiend too. So.
I love this is the truth. I loved Game of Thrones until that last season, and then it just absolutely destroyed it for me. I mean, here's the thing. Somebody should go in there and just say, look, let's just do the last season like the last season never happened, and just find some director and just pretend like that didn't happen and try to figure it out.
I'm like that they've actually done that with like a series. I think that would be, and that would make so much wave, and so many people would talk about that.
Yeah,
you would literally make your money hand over fist. You would make money.
I don't think that would make that people many. Like some of those things, if you did something like that, it would piss off like half the people. I don't think you'd get many people that would be pissed off. So many people were upset with the way they did that I got to think at least 75% of the people would be on board.
And you literally take all their suggestions of all the people that were bitching about how they could have done it better. Well, explain. Okay. And they just finally were like,
the guy that wrote the book to finally get off his duff and finish this darn thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, I already got paid. I don't need to do nothing.
Pay him some more. You pay him some more, he'll do something.
He's like, AI is going to write this for you.
It couldn't have done any worse than what those other guys did. That's the thing gets me is they did it with the idea they were going to write that Star Wars show, and then they never even wrote the Star. It was the stupidest thing ever. They were in a rush to do something that they didn't end up doing.
That they never even attempted.
They never even did. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Let's see. We got E.T., another suggestion.
E.T.
Oh, man.
I gotta change ET. I don't know. Well,
so his parents come back.
I'm trying to remember. It's such a long time ago. This is
he makes it home. He makes it home. But what if his parents, when they showed up to pick him up, were pissed off? They decided to start they vaporized poor little Elliot and just take everybody out. No. When his parents arrived to pick him up, they're just like, "You have my child." Just vaporize everybody. It just turns into a part 2 War of the Worlds. One of those.
Yeah, just like we really don't. I mean, we're just assuming E.T. is a nice little alien, right. But the reality, he could have turned like when it was that movie Usual Suspects, where they switch it around at the end, and the guy who was the easygoing guy turns to be the real villain. E.T. becomes the villain. Right? And then at the end, they come down and they vaporize everybody. And just like I said, War of the Worlds. There you go. That would be an interesting ending. Steven Spielberg would have done something crazy.
Don't vaporize them. We'll keep them as pets. They've been nice to me. But the second movie, it's like Planet of the Apes situation. They're pets.
Right. There you go.
The world's ran by ETs. Whatever their species is even called.
Or when Elliot puts out the Reese's Pieces to get the thing in, it's allergic to peanut butter and it kills him instantly. And then he realized he killed E.T. like halfway through the movie. That'd have been interesting. I mean, what about that?
And now
then
the
they
parents
incarcerate
are really
him for
mad.
killing a foreign. He gets locked up because he killed an alien. That would have been interesting.
That took a turn. Should have gave them Reese's Pieces. Well, I thought he was hungry.
I thought he looked like peanut butter. They always like peanut butter. No, not this case. He's allergic.
Man, I wonder how much money Reese's made off that movie.
They made a lot of money because they tried. I don't know if people know. They tried to go to M&M. Do you remember? Have you heard that story? Like they tried to go to M&M, and they're like, M&M's like, I want nothing to do with that. So like, okay, we'll go to Reese's. So they went to Reese's. They said okay, and then they realized, oh crap, because they made a lot of money.
Oh, somebody got fired.
Somebody lost their job.
Somebody definitely lost their job at Hershey's.
Yep.
Holy shit. I know shows. Wait, what time we got? 8:05. Have you guys gotten in the hashtag Jar Jar?
Jar Jar. This is the first time Jar Jar will ever do anything for you because he didn't do anything for you the first time. He may actually get you a thing. He never helped you before, I can promise you.
In that hashtag. Okay. What else do we got here? The Goonies.
Well, you know what? The interesting thing is, I have Goonies on my list here. Look, Goonies. It's right there. I did have it on there. And the reason I have it on there is, do you remember the ending of Goonies?
I do, with the stupid pirate ship thing.
The pirate ship floats away, and then at the end they come out and they're like, yeah, blah blah blah, and then Chunk tells his mom, hey, this creature's now living with us. I'm going to adopt you. the reality is like in any real world, they're like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm not bringing a monster into my house. You know that thing's going to eat me out of house and home. There's no way they would do that. They'd have locked that monster up. He'd have gotten locked up. Chunk would have been sent off to an orphanage because he tried to bring a monster into their home. It's just like, come on. It's ridiculous.
A second movie. Now that's a sequel. Is him living with Chunk and his parents? They go on an adventure again.
Is that right? They get on the pirate ship and they become pirates.
Or it could just be one of those tough movies where he has to learn life's lessons.
Right.
He has to learn to live with society as a mongoloid.
I don't know. That doesn't. I'm not sure. It ends up being like a real life Odd Couple kind of a situation. One of them's messy, one of them's clean, and they kind of go through their life together.
Or Chunk and him in college or something.
Yeah, in college. I don't think either of them were going to college. They're not college material. There's no way. There's no way. Absolutely not.
Maybe vocational school.
Vocational school. Yeah. Maybe. Band camp. Yeah. I don't know that either of them could play an instrument. I don't see that happening. Maybe they're in a choir or something like that. You think they're in a choir?
He talks like
Rocky Road,
but then he sings like an angel.
Yes. He can barely speak. He says Rocky Road a lot, but he can sing like an angel.
So when he sings, though, look.
Understood.
It's discovered he's singing in the shower. What the? Wait a minute.
Right. Sloth. I don't know, man. Sloth.
He's a savant. He just didn't know.
And just like nobody even blinks at that. They're like, yeah, that's the thing. That would definitely happen. Like that this sloth would end up moving in with a child and his family. And they seem to be great with it. It sounds great, son. Absolutely.
Sure.
Why not? When's
the last time it's had a shower? Just so.
It eats a lot. It eats a lot and loves candy bars. I'm just like, move it right in with my house. Let's just move this sloth right into my house. I don't know. Pitch Perfect. Merges with Pitch Perfect into a kind of a weird kind of a thing.
Yeah. No, I like it. See, come on. No, you know what they'll do? They'll just remake Goonies. That's what they'll do, because that's what they always do. They just remake something, the same movie, but we're gonna remake it with new people and blah blah blah. New people,
same story. We're not even gonna make the time of making it different. It's the same story.
Something new.
Who would be Chunk? Okay, you're remaking Goonies. Who are the people in this thing that would be Chunk? Let's see, Chunk.
Are we going old actors? Chris Farley.
Well, he's dead. I don't know that would be a tough one. I'm not sure that we can make that happen.
I don't know any new chubby actors.
They're all skinny now. They're all taking those shots. Yeah, exactly. They're all in the shots, so you can't.
They're all Ozempic and shit.
They're all Ozempic. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Melissa McCarthy. What about Melissa McCarthy? Because they gender swap too. So a gender swap, Melissa McCarthy would be Chunk. Let's see.
Can Sloth stay in
Sloth,
my room?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we could do with Sloth. I don't know who played Sloth originally. It was like a wrestler, wasn't it? I think like a wrestler played the guy that was Sloth. Pretty sure.
Oh man, I can't remember his name. Animal something.
George Animal Steel.
George Animal Steel.
Maybe it might have been. I don't really know.
It could be the new Sloth.
Be the new Sloth. I don't know. It'd be interesting. Please don't do that. Don't remake Goonies. Just let it go. Okay.
Let it go.
We're telling you how to fix it, but don't actually fix it. Okay. Let's just let this be comedy. Okay.
Some stuff you just gotta let it be a classic.
Just gotta let it be a classic. Let it be a thing. Like, you know.
Yeah. They try and they fail every time.
I know. I mean,
it's pretty bad.
Usually I say A for effort, but sometimes that effort needs to not be a thing. So,
and they're even like one of the all-time worst movies, which was just, it was so bad that it made it good, was The Toxic Avenger. And now all the new Toxic Avenger, here it comes.
Oh, they're coming with a new Toxic Avenger?
Yeah,
I guess I missed
that.
that.
Telling the whole story, extra gore, extra gratuity. It's supposed to be this whole thing. Why you ruin it? You're gonna ruin it.
They ran out of ideas, so it would just dredge up something.
What if it's good? What if it's actually kind of good? Well, then you just ruined the whole nostalgia of the Toxic Avenger because it was so bad. It was one of the worst movies. That's why it was held to such a high standard later on down the line.
The next thing you know, we're making Howard the Duck. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, come on. Oh, no.
I liked Howard the Duck. I was like, it was so bad, it was good. I liked that it was that bad.
Yeah.
It didn't know what to be. That's what I thought was so cool about it. Was it an R-rated movie that had perverted ducks in it, or was it a kids movie, or was it a horror movie? Was it a comedy? I have no idea. Nobody knew, including the director or any of the people that were in it. They had no idea what they were doing.
Absolutely not. Roger Rabbit, same thing.
Roger Rabbit.
Rabbit. Human, but they're both
perverted
cartoons, so it's okay. What do you mean it's okay? It's not okay. Like Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. Well, that'd be interesting. You can't ruin that because they really didn't. They made the one movie, which was kind of.
Did they? I didn't know they made a Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Yeah, they made a Garbage Pail movie. What was the what I saw come across my screen the other day? I was like, oh, I got to rewatch that. Joe's Apartment with the cockroaches.
Oh, no, I never saw. I saw bits and pieces, but I was like, I knew this is something I can't see. I can't be interested. Life is too short. Was it good?
It was good. It was a good, fun movie. It was definitely a fun, laughy, a couple good chuckles for sure.
Take your word for it.
When they're just sitting across the room, hey, what's up, dude? They're just talking to him. I don't know. It's pretty funny. Give it a shot if you get a chance. Joe's Apartment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jar Jars. Let's see.
How are we doing on our hashtag?
We got 6 entries, and that seems to be everybody that is watching. You want to hit them with it?
Yeah, go ahead and run it. Why not?
No, we're going to get you early. All right, you guys. We definitely appreciate you guys hanging out. Man, we, took a couple weeks off, but we're back. We're here. We're random. You're going to definitely get us at least.
We'll try to be more regular.
Every other week.
I'm gonna take my fiber and we'll be a lot more regular. How about that?
Well, we got some cool stuff planned for this year. It is the new Barbarian Horde Variety Show, so we're gonna have some variety. We're gonna have a variety of guests, and you never know.
We keep saying that. One of these days it'll happen.
We take a couple weeks off and everything goes to hell. We got to start over.
I know.
I get rusty, and then I'm like hitting buttons the wrong way. It's a whole thing.
Well, I get rusty, but I could do it for 52 straight weeks and I'm still rusty. So, there you go.
There you go. All right. Let's get hyped.
His name is John C.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and pick this winner. Get in the hashtag. Jar Jar. And we'll hit you in 3, 2, 1, and go. I got a little drum line.
Little drum line.
I was hoping it was one of those. The real James Willie.
James, all right.
James Willie. There we go. Let's go. All right, James. Appreciate you,
I think I've got the new one up there. I just put it in there. Let's make sure that I believe that's right. That looks right to me.
All right. Congrats.
I got a new mystery box up there. I think there's a soda or two that's new, I believe.
Let's see some Sonic. Is that Sonic?
Mm-hmm. Got a Sonic. A Zan might be new. I feel like there's another new one. Maybe Ashi. Maybe All Might. Those might have been new ones. I don't remember. My memory stinks. And then, of course, new mystery box.
Something for everybody. There's all kinds of stuff.
Mystery.
There's resting. There's
Mystery.
we got the mystery.
And if the previous 2 episodes where people won some things, I still have some stuff to send out. So if you won, you might have 2 things in there. There's no telling.
There you go.
I'm not sure who won those previous 2 ones. But are you ready? Here we go. We got a Christmas Thanos. Marvel 80 years. There you go.
Heck yeah, man.
Marvel Collector's Cool one. It's a
That's
fun one.
what's up. I have that.
It's nice and heavy. That's for darn sure.
I love that pop.
Actually, I had 2 that were sort of similar. One has like a different kind of sweater on, so it's sort of you can sort of see it in my background, but not really. But anyway, so hopefully you like that one.
Christmas one.
James Willie.
James,
for you and send it to you. And like I said, if you were one of the people from however long ago, the 2, there's 4 I need to send out, so now there's 5 I need to send. So if you're one of those, I'll try to box them together if I have a big enough box.
Nice.
All right, very good.
Oh, that is actually a really badass pop. He's almost metallic because the gold is really gold on that damn thing. He is just.
You can see it's sort of shiny in there.
I love how he's got the glove, the way he's holding the thing. It's I think it's one of the best Thanos pops, honestly. So,
yeah, it's a cool one. It's a cool one. All right. All right. So I got a couple more. All right. You want me to go next, or was it your turn?
No, go ahead.
So another one that I had in there was an older movie, but a classic, The Shining. Okay? So The Shining. Now, if you remember, I don't know if people, I'm talking about the movie, right? So the one with Jack Nicholson in it. So the thing I didn't understand, okay, if people remember how it ended, spoiler alert, he's running through the maze and he freezes to death. Is the stupidest. I don't understand how that's an ending. Like, really? He kills himself. He gets a little chilly. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? So he should have been running through with that axe and killed the boy and the girl, the mother, don't you think? And then he should have been waiting at the hotel when they came back, don't you think? And then, then they could have killed him. You don't want it to be, a really ridiculous kind of thing. But I don't understand how it's just like he freezes to death and that just puts a big bow on the thing. It's just such a weird ending. I didn't understand it because it was a good movie. I really enjoyed the movie.
They got away,
etc. But he's running through the maze and he froze. It was just such a weird ending. I didn't understand it. But anyway, that was just my thought.
He just sat down, gave up, couldn't get out, and froze. Even though you had an axe, and the only thing that was in front of you was a bush.
A bush. That's exactly.
You just chop your way right through the damn maze.
So silly.
And now your soul is trapped forever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, it was a good. I don't know if people had ever read the book or what Stephen King originally planned. That was not his plan. You know what I mean? Because what's his name? Stanley Kubrick did his own thing. You know what I mean? He he breezed through the book. And was like, I kind of like these things, but I'm going to do my own thing. Pissed what's his name off something terrible. Stephen King off something terrible. So
yes, that was the one thing I didn't. I mean, it was a good movie. It was alright, but. The ghost really didn't hurt anybody. They never did anything. They just boo,
tormented him.
Okay, well, boo. But they never scratched him, hurt him. Nobody really got killed. I mean, he killed the one. I think it was the caretaker before him, the black guy that runs in.
Right. Yeah.
But it's even cooler if a ghost just picked him up and threw him across the room, and he didn't have to do it. And continues on with his murdering spree.
Or when he goes in that room, that room with that lady that's in the tub. I didn't. Yeah. I mean, it's just like that. I mean, I liked where they were going, but then they just didn't do it, and nothing happened. It was just just kind of scary. It was scary, and that was it.
Yeah. She should have at least got beat up, scratched up, cut, stabbed, something. But nope. He's having drinks with a ghost in the bar.
Right. But the thing is interesting, like compared to the
ghost.
book and compared to the movie, is like the idea. Again, if people haven't read the book or haven't, is like the character goes from like a really normal guy to really crazy. But they started like in the movie, they're like, let's just start with Jack Nicholson, who's already crazy. Like I said, he was basically as crazy at the beginning as he was like when it all happened. I just thought it was so weird. Just like, let's just kind of give him a push to crazy. You know what I mean? Let's get him already started. Because it sort of insinuates that he beats up his kid and beats his wife already, when in like the reality is like he's supposed to be a mild-mannered kind of guy and the thing drives him crazy. I don't know. It was just weird.
Just an author. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think. That guy loses his shit. I'm trying to think. Now I'm going to chop you in half. Just because ghosts are real. So now I'm nuts.
Well, to be honest with you, the movies that are like the gory movies aren't really scare me that much. The ones that where it's like paranormal type of things, those have a tendency to scare me more, but I just didn't feel like there was enough of that sort of thing in there to make it really that scary. It was like it tried to be a scary movie and it tried to be a gory movie, but it didn't do either. I don't know. I didn't understand. It was all right. Jack saved it to the point where it's a classic, but it's just they missed so many different points where they could have done something good.
It's very hard to get scared, like get a cold chill, maybe like, ooh, kind of scared. I don't know. I've seen too much horror movies. Not unless I'm watching like some kind of like live footage where it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of creepy, where it freaks you out a little bit, like, ooh, that would kind of freak me out. But I'm the type where I would love to go on one of those horror tours where they put you on one of those situations where you go to one of those old prisons or old psych wards overnight. They lock the doors, they lock you in there, and they're like, okay, you got to go down in the basement to the morgue, slide the drawer, get in it, and shut the thing and shut it, and just lay there for like 30 minutes. Just see if you can hear or see anything. And you're in pitch black, so you got a flashlight. And you're down in the bowels of this nut asylum that they claim is completely haunted. I think I'd be able to handle it. I really think I can handle it. I don't know. I might have dulled myself to being so over the top, like because I watched so many of those reality. Remember Ghost Hunters? Yeah. That kind of thing. I've tried to do a little ghost hunting. Never really caught anything on tape. Heard a couple little creaks and things, but it could have just been the wind pushing the building, making a creep. What the hell was that? I don't know. Was it a ghost?
Well, I went into a haunted house one time. It was like a thing, and it was one like most of them aren't scary. It's just jump scares, right? People jump out,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And it does it does bring my blood pressure up because you're not used to it. Just you're startled. You're not scared.
You're
right?
on guard.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm just startled. But there was one that I went to, and I think it was in New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. And it was actually because it was like every room you go into, it was pitch black. And it's just like you could feel somebody there, but it was so dark you couldn't even come close to see. And like one time I remember, and I turned, and there was literally someone's face right. I don't know how they saw me and how I didn't even run into them. Their face was right here. I could feel their breath, and they needed a mint, but they were like right here, and it's just like, it's just like, and it's like, oh my god, that was too much, man. It got really unpleasant. I was just like, I felt claustrophobic more than I did anything because I felt people around me, but you could never really see anything. Oh man, I didn't dig that at all. Not cool. Not cool.
I think the last time I was creeped out is me and my buddy were in we had a Toyota 4Runner truck, and we go into basically kind of the swamps in Florida. You can go out, it's called the Yucatan. And you basically go to the end of this road, and then all of a sudden it's the woods. So now you're in the woods and you're just going out. We went way out there. Well, then it gets stuck.
Oh.
So now we're there for the duration. We know someone's eventually going to come along because a lot of trucks used to go out there all the time. So we're like, all right, well, I guess we're hanging out. It was 4 a.m. and the creepiest sounds in the middle of nowhere, just out. That was about, I think, the most not frightened, but like weary that I've been in quite a while, where it was like, ooh, what was that? But it was like,
well, it could be actual danger. You know what I mean? Because there's animals and all kinds of something to be legitimately scared for. It's not like you're on a haunted thing where somebody's going to take
Florida Panther could be taking my face off right now.
Yeah.
And, there's bears and shit out here, so I'm not like looking to get eaten. I think that was the last time I was legitimately scared for myself, for my well-being anyway, being like in that situation. So
it is nerve-wracking. I remember back in the old days when I used to have remember the old GPS systems used to have like little tom-toms, etc. I had one of those, and I have the worst sense of direction. And so I just gotten one of those. I was like, I'm trying to figure this thing out. And I was driving down the road, and there was some water, I guess, that had crossed the road, so I couldn't go there. So I had to detour, but I had no idea where I was. I was going, just like, so I'm like Tom, and just like trying to poke the thing. And then, of course, I have Sling Blade as the dude that's helping me, which doesn't help when you're nervous and it's just like, turn right. So I'm turning right down this road, turn left, turn left. And then I remember it says turn right it was like Corn Tassel Road. And it literally was a cornfield. I swear, it was a cornfield here, cornfield right. And it was like, this is not concrete or dirt or anything. So I'm going down this thing, and the road is going from 2 lanes to 1 lane to a bicycle path. I'm just like, this is not good. I am frightened out here. Like, I don't know where I am, and I don't know if I can go back. And it was nighttime. It's a little hazy and foggy. Oh man, it's like this is either the beginning of an adult film or a murder. I don't know. One of those two things are getting ready to happen right now. I don't know. I was hoping for one rather than the other, as you can imagine. But I was just like, I need to get out of here because this is bad news. So I don't know.
Field opens to a brothel.
Right. It's like, but it didn't. Trust me, it didn't. It just more corn, and I had to get back. So
it's like a scene from Porky's. You come through the cornfield, you run right straight into Porky's.
That's right.
Except it takes a little while to get there.
No. That sure did not. And I backtrack. I'm trying to use my phone, and of course, I'm not getting a signal. Oh man, I drove, and of course, my gas is like shrinking and shrinking. I was like, this is all the bad things are going to happen simultaneously, and somehow I ended up somewhere I found, luckily, but it was scary. Scary. Exactly right. Every bad thing that happens simultaneously happens, and that's bad news. Bad news.
All right. Well, we are at 8:28. Yeah, let's see here. We got
ready for our next hashtag?
Our next hashtag.
Put your next hashtag in there, see if we can come up with something.
Get in a hashtag. See if you guys can come up with a good one. And let's see. And what we will do, well, I figure we'll do this now instead of at the end. We're going to bring back the old Hot Topics dad jokes. In honor of the old show Hot Topics with my man JKL Awesome and Pop the Heat.
Right.
So I hope you got your dad jokes. I got them. I got a couple memorized.
You got in your mind? I never memorized. I have the worst memory. But don't you worry. You go first, and then I'll find. I pulled up a website that I know I was going to pull from.
Welcome once again to an all-new Barbarian Horde live variety show. We definitely appreciate you guys. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Share the show if you can to your social media platforms. And definitely give us a follow. Give us a subscription. Ding, if you would so kindly. And I do believe I have something for dad jokes. Yeah, right here. All right, guys. You're watching the Barbarian Horde Variety Show. All right, I got a good one. Let's see. Well, since it's well, let me see who's in the chat. Who's watching? Like, oh, there's Pop's Mafia. What's happening, man? Good draft. Not too bad. Not too shabby.
You think so?
Not too bad. Buffalo got some bangers.
Who did they get? I don't know. I was focused on my team. I don't know what anybody else got. What did they get? I don't even know.
They got some pretty fire defensive guys. Okay. They got I think it was one of them was offensive, but I was more concentrating on my team. It's going to be hard to run on the Buccaneers. Let me tell you something. Vita Vea, I think he pushes 300 and something pounds. We got the guy from Florida Gators. This guy's close to 400 pounds. So you got two just monsters in the middle. You are not running on Tampa this year. You're going to have to be running around.
Well, just throw a chicken wing over here. Just throw a chicken wing that way. They'll run that way.
That's what's going to happen?
Yeah, sure.
Because we got A's in our draft, so I'm happier than anything. So for my first dad joke, what do you call... well, this crowd can handle it. What do you call a potato with a pecker?
Potato with a pecker. I don't know. Spuds McKenzie.
Dictator.
Oh, Lord. All right, you ready for this one?
Everybody's throwing that word around lately. You're just saying. Yeah, ready.
Are you ready? I said my wife always complains that I have no sense of direction. So I packed up my stuff and write.
I packed my stuff and write. What?
It wasn't a good one. All right, let's see if I can.
What?
What's a dictation? So I thought you'd dig that one, but I guess not.
If a red bird has red babies and a black bird has black babies, what kind of bird has no babies? A swallow.
Oh God, I think I've heard that one before.
Yeah, put the oh God on it.
All right, so today at the bank, an old lady asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over.
So you pushed her over. All right. Let's see. I'll make this my last one, and I'll go back to Peachy here. What's the name of the lady that does the chalk outline of bodies at the police station?
Artist. I have no idea.
Tracy.
Oh God. All right. What do you call a criminal landing an airplane?
A criminal landing an airplane.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Condescending.
Condescending. There you have it. Dad jokes.
Quality
Submit your dad jokes.
Submit your dad jokes.
Submit your dad jokes. If you'd like them on a future episode.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Those dad jokes can get you into trouble sometimes. I told a dad joke one time, and my wife was horrified that I said these things in front of other people. I'm in a lot of trouble. So be careful about your audience and who's around when you say these things.
I was right on that line, so I'll just say, I hope you guys enjoyed dad jokes. All right, 8:35. Let's see, what do we got? We got potato. And we're going hashtag Jar Jar again. That was Mafia, bro. You can't.
We just did that one.
I know. Well, he was a little late to the show. He doesn't really. Now, was that an original thought, or you think you were trying to get in on the last hashtag?
It was a little late. You were a little tardy on that one for sure.
Jedi. Oh, see you. Oh, you got you with Sith. Now we're going Sith or Jedi.
We'll go with Sith. We'll go Sith. How's that? Let's let the real James come in. Gotcha. Gotcha this time.
We got
hashtag Sith. SITH. Sith.
There you go. Get that hashtag good.
If you don't know what that is, then you don't like Star Wars. I don't know what to tell you.
Right. It is Star Wars month. So
Star Wars month.
Keep it Star Wars oriented here.
Star Wars month.
All right.
All right.
Oh, come on, stupid. My Battery's getting low on my mouse.
All right. Did you have another movie that you're going to ruin?
Can I think of another movie to ruin?
You're welcome to think about it. What about one of the Marvel movies? Was any of the Marvel movies that you saw that you didn't like the ending? Curious.
Well, I mean, yeah. I would say with the Avengers movies with Thanos and everything, they bring them
Which
back.
one are you going to do? Are you talking about Endgame or the other one?
The one before. Wait. Endgame's the last one, correct?
Endgame's the last one, and it was
yeah. They should have never did Endgame. They should have let them all just be gone. They bring them back. They shouldn't have brought them back.
You're not gonna you're gonna kill off Spider-Man and just be done with it? Holy crap! It's hardcore, man.
Well, they already got another Spider-Man. I mean,
I know, but damn, you know, I mean, at least half the people.
Well, I mean, he went through all that, snapped his fingers. He did it. He did it. It's done. They should just left it alone.
No, I can't co-sign that. That I definitely can't. I can co-sign the end game and then not killing off Iron Man. I think that's bull crap. I think they should have somebody else killed off that I don't care that much about. You know what I'm saying? Find another person to not kill off. You know what I mean? That's less important.
Like the guy with the stupid purple guy with the damn gem in his head.
Well, no, I mean, I would have been okay if it was Strange. I mean, I like Strange, but I think it would have been better if it was Strange or,
okay, yeah.
You know, there could have been some other people, but Iron Man's one of my favorite characters, and I get Robert Downey Jr. was done with the character, but damn, should he decide that, oh, we're just going to get rid of one of the best characters? Crazy. Silly.
Okay, so Iron Man doesn't die. Should have been somebody else. I'm like,
Somebody
they all
else.
should have died.
Well, like I said, I'm all for not having happy endings, but I already cried at the end of Endgame. I don't take that from me, okay?
He's like, Avengers assemble. Everybody got a little tear.
I saw at the end of the movie, I cried like a little baby. This is the truth, and this sounds harsh. When my grandmother died, one of my grandmothers died, I didn't cry as hard as I did at the end of Endgame. I'm just saying. I'm not that I didn't, you know, it's just a different kind of a relationship. That's all.
It was glorious, though. They were all coming in, all the different characters. You're just like, oh my god.
It was awesome. One of my favorite ones. I don't know. Like I said, there are things they definitely could have done. They definitely could have done, but I'm not sure if that was the one thing. But well, I'll tell you one of the ones that the last one I had on my list was Silence of the Lambs. Now look, and it's a great movie. It's a great movie. Okay. So first of all, she puts a lotion in the basket. That girl survives, doesn't she?
Yeah, she gets away.
I don't know that should have happened. I mean, I feel like that. I mean, the idea is it's a horror movie. You know what I mean? Should you not have found her? You know what I mean? I don't know. And then the idea that Hannibal was helping people, I don't know. He should have sent him down the wrong path. It just felt like the thing to do. I don't know. Like one of my favorite movies kind of like this is Seven. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't have a happy ending. Like, it's one of very few movies that has a really dark ending, and I think that's really, really kind of neat. I mean, that they decided to go there, because they could have easily gone there, that he made it, and he took care of it, and killed the guy, and he didn't quite get everything done. But the fact that he just blew everything up, and it just had a really bad, dark end. Well, it didn't have a bad, it just had a really dark ending. And that was okay. That's just how it ended up. You know, they could have done that with the Silence of the Lambs thing. You know what I mean? Don't you think?
Okay. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm trying to think of yeah, because because she's torturing the poor dog, and the dog didn't do anything. So
right.
As soon as I'll kill your dog, I'm like, hey, leave the dog alone. Exactly. I know the guy's a psycho, but she escapes with the dog. He gets killed. I mean,
Or maybe she skins the dog, right? Like the guy comes back and is like, "Did you put the dog in the basket?" And she's wearing the skin of the dog,
right?
Like you know what I'm saying? Like she turns the tables on him, and it infuriates him, and then you know what I'm saying, like that.
What the hell movie I just?
That would have been really interesting. Like she's almost as messed up as he is. You know what I mean?
I think it was called Caged. I just saw a movie. It was a similar style premise where this guy basically kidnaps this girl, and then she's in a cage. And he kind of doesn't really torture. He kind of semi-tortures her. There's no semi-torture. He's torturing her, but lightly. I don't know. But by the end of the movie, the tables turn, and it was definitely an exciting ending. I definitely enjoyed that movie. I'll have to see if I can seek it out, and I'll send you the title because the way it ended, it was really good. The way it ended, because after a while, she just worked at him slowly and mentally, and then it's like all being nice, and then before you knew it, she had him doing things to himself. Or it was amazing. It was a really good movie.
Interesting.
And she's been in a couple of shows that I've seen, so she's not a very famous actor, but I really dig her acting prowess as far as the shows she's been in. One I think was like a vampire style. What the hell was it? It was like what's the vampire hunter's name? Damn, I can't remember. Famous
Morbius?
vampire hunter.
You talking about Morbius?
No. Famous vampire. Van Helsing.
Oh, Van Helsing.
It was like,
okay,
yeah, she was in one of those shows where she was like the protege of the Van Helsing deal. So that was the first time I seen her on a show, and then she was in this movie, and that's how I recognized it. Was like, oh, I remember her. So that's what made me watch the movie, and I was pleasantly surprised. I'm pretty positive it was called Caged. So
interesting.
I'll have to bring
that. I just kind of like movies that you know what I mean. It's you sort of expect it to go a certain way, and it just kind of goes the other way.
Twist. I loved it.
Yeah,
loved it.
Cool.
Let's see here.
Anyway, I just let people know I'm not a dark person. I'm a very nice person. I like happy endings. I just like surprising endings sometimes.
No, don't say that.
Like sometimes you're watching the movie, you're like, I know what's going to happen, and then it happens, and it's like, even though it was a good movie, it's just like I kind of wish. You know, it would have done something a little bit different. I don't know. You know what would be? You know what? I had also a cool idea for a movie, and I'm going to let people steal it from me. I was thinking, you know what would be cool is if you're talking about like somebody that's hunting a murderer, right? And they're hunting, you know, and they're kind of following a murderer, and they're following things around, and it's just kind of like they're following kind of like Jack the Ripper or something. Just use an example. And then halfway through the movie, it switches perspective from the hunter to the other person. You know what I'm saying? Just like it just switches. It's almost like it goes from one person's like point of view to another person's point of view, and then it finishes the movie from that perspective and gets you to think, well, that's interesting. That I don't know. I just thought that would be kind of neat. Either that, or another thing I was thinking is, what if you had a movie where you had it from somebody's perspective and you're hunting the bad guy, and then there was another movie, and it's not a sequel, but it's the same movie, but from the villain's perspective. The other way, like the same thing happens, but you're seeing it from a completely different perspective. Wouldn't that be kind of neat?
That would be kind of neat because same movie, two different perspectives, two different movies.
That's right. It's almost like one would be one would be like Batman's perspective, and the next one would be Joker's perspective, right? And it'd just be like either come out simultaneously, or one would be like that would be the cool thing. It's almost like
nobody thought of that yet.
And then just like, oh, I want to go see that. And I was like, I need to go see that one too, because I want to see how, you know what I mean? Why the person did this thing, right? Then you sort of see that perspective, right?
That would be badass. That'd be kind of neat. Oh, I'm going to have to
what a cool idea.
That is a great idea. There you go. You put it in the ether.
Somebody needs to do it. Try to do it. I think it would be neat. I think it would be neat.
That would be badass. That is awesome. Hell yeah.
I've got lots of good ideas.
I like it.
Just ask me.
All right, guys. Let's see. What are we rocking here? We got about 15 minutes left in the show.
Right.
So, anybody else got any movies we can ruin? Movie ideas?
Some major franchises here. I feel like some major ones.
A couple good ones. Because every movie I could think of, it just always ends in tragedy. So. Like if I switch it, it'll all be like Transformers, Ninja Turtles. What if the Ninja Turtles were bad guys? They robbed.
So you're talking about flipping the entire thing. So the good guys were the other people. You know what I'm saying? The other folks.
Yeah, Shredder trying to get them Ninja Turtles. Because Ninja Turtles are just causing havoc and just
Well, they're stealing pizza. They're constantly stealing pizza, which is not allowed.
Stealing stuff.
Yeah, hanging out in the sewers.
And they like to go out at night.
Hanging out in the sewers are good people. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like that's not a thing.
Just Chud was a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller.
Right.
I remember when that movie came out. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be horrifying." Oh my god, it was so bad. It's kind of creepy, but yeah, I was Chud. Look out! The aliens, but they turned to coneheads. Oh,
no, God. Lord,
coneheads.
Oh, what a weird movie!
Why they wasted their money on that?
They just thought at that point it was a total money grab. They're like Saturday Night Live. They were really good, but it's just like the skits are like 3 minutes long. You're going to take a 3-minute long thing and turn it into an hour and a half? I don't think so. Those didn't work. The only ones that really worked was Wayne's World, and that was pretty borderline. You know what I mean? So.
This is just as bad as Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. We're going to do a sequel to that? What?
Yeah, that was weird. Really weird.
Right. Oh, let's see. What if Harry and the Hendersons went bad? Like real bad. He just like Harry just wakes up in the middle of the night and just
starts destroying everyone,
slaughtering everybody.
It wouldn't be much of a comedy. I'm not sure. It's like, It was like that. I thought it was a comedy, but then he killed everyone. That was so weird. Yeah, not good.
I don't know. Turtles wearing masks for a reason. See? Yeah, why are they wearing masks? Exactly. Ninja masks.
The Breakfast Club. That's an interesting one. That was one of my favorite movies in the 80s. I love that.
My wife as well. She loved that movie. That's one of her all-time favorites. How could you mess that up though?
Well, I mean, at the end, the idea was at the end they all become friends, right?
Okay.
So I guess the reality, what normally would probably have happened, because I don't know if you were ever in detention. I spent a day or two in detention. It was never on a Saturday, which I thought was weird. It was always after school or whatever. But anyway, it's just like, would they ever really become friends? I don't know. I don't see that happening. I could see like what they would happen to do is like the next day they'd show them up at school and then the jock is giving the other guy a wedgie or something like that. That's what would have happened. I mean, let's be honest. Or give him a swirly, you know what I mean? Something like that.
You thought I was your friend.
Yeah, you thought it was around these other people? Oh, hell no. I'm not, I can't be seen with you around my friends, you know what I mean? So
Wayne's World goes on an adventure with Bill and Ted.
Spin-off, huh?
There you go. Crossover deal.
Deal.
Yeah. That might possibly work. I mean, I don't know.
It was the same kind of universe. It felt like the same kind of universe. You know what I mean? Like
it did. So that could possibly work. I don't know about no Beetlejuice though. Meets the Addams Family. I mean, I don't know if that would work.
No, I'm not sure that would work. I did wish that there was more Beetlejuice in the original Beetlejuice for sure. They needed more Beetlejuice in Beetlejuice. But then when they put more Beetlejuice in the second Beetlejuice, I didn't like the way they put Beetlejuice in that second Beetlejuice. Too much underworld. Bad. It got real nutty. Yeah.
It went a whole other direction. This is how everything works down here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
okay, Bob, and you got a job, and everybody. We don't need all that. That was too much.
No. It should have been just more Beetlejuice. More Beetlejuice by himself doing what Beetlejuice does, and that would have been fine.
Right. Messing with them. Right. Would have been a lot better movie for sure. All right. Let's see. 850. Let's see. What do we got? All right, we got 7 entries. Hashtag Sith.
All right, we'll give people another 30 more seconds, and then we'll go ahead and run it. How's that sound?
Cat Daddy. Yeah, Beth. And Mary Poppins. And did I miss anybody? I think that's it. We definitely appreciate you guys for hanging out with us, man. So next week, we don't know who we're going to have. Might be here, might not. But if we are, it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern.
Our
Come
plan
hang
is.
out with us. That's the plan. And
That's the
maybe
plan.
we'll do some Star Wars dad jokes. You never know.
Star Wars dad jokes, huh?
When you sent that one, when that guy was doing Star Wars jokes, was it JKL sent it on the subway?
Oh, yeah, JKL.
There was a couple that were pretty good. So maybe we'll come with
Star Wars dad jokes are Darth Vader jokes. Is that what a Star Wars dad joke is?
Yeah,
Darth
there
Vader
you go.
jokes.
So check it with us next week. Twins with Vinnie Mac and Trump. Wait, what?
I didn't know what was going on there. I didn't even want to go there. I didn't know what we were getting ready. It looked like a big stepping in a big pile of you know what. I was like, no, I think I'll pass on that one. I don't want to go there.
I know they did Jason versus Freddy, but what if they did Chucky versus the Leprechaun?
Oh, there you go. Chucky versus the Leprechaun.
Two little guys going at it.
Who would have won? Who would have won?
Two little guys going at it. Leprechaun's got magical powers, so I'm just saying.
Chucky's just that doll, so I don't know.
Doll,
I don't think Chucky's a doll. I think anything should have beat Chucky. Chucky wasn't that scary. I never got the doll thing. Were you always scared by like dolls? Like I really.
No,
I mean,
not really.
No.
No. I actually had the Raggedy Andy when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah,
and they say the Raggedy Ann was the actual Annabelle. Was the first like in the box. Like if you look at the actual Annabelle still in the box, possessed doll.
Was Raggedy Andy?
It's Raggedy Ann. No, it's Raggedy Ann. It's one of those dolls. But it's the same style doll with the creepy little button eyes and old Raggedy Andy.
When I was a child, I wanted a Mr. T doll. And because I was really into A-Team, that was one of my things. I mean, we're talking about a long time ago. And, my parents didn't want to spend money on such things. So they convinced my grandmother, and she made me one. She made me a Mr. T doll. It was very cool. No, it was lots of fun. It wasn't scary at all, though. I didn't have the little chains. I didn't get any little chains for him. That was the dead sad.
No little gold chains.
He was a broke Mr. T. He didn't have any gold chains. You know what I'm saying? No 2 chains.
No 2 chains. I love that. I love that. The A-Team. Absolutely. Let's see here. All right, you guys. Let me bring it up on screen. Sure, we're here. Come on now. The mouse is failing me, so I have to use this little tiny thing. Seath. All right. Why is it doing that? Come on, quit.
Time for some new batteries.
Yeah. I'm having to use the little pad on the laptop here. No worries. I'll get her done. All right, slide. A little more. Come on. All right, you guys. Thanks once again for hanging out with us for an all-new Barbarian Horde Variety Show. Catch us next week, guys. We'll be around.
Sure. We'll be here.
All right. So we'll give you guys, let's see. Oh, don't hit that. Jeez.
You're going to close it?
No, it was like the full opening for the show. I'll give you 11 seconds. If you haven't already, hit the hashtag Sith, SITH. And happy Star Wars month, everybody. May the Force, may the Sith, may the dark side be with you. Let's go. Sith. Come on, hit this stupid thing. I can't do it without the mouse.
Oh, Lord.
There we go. Hashtag Sith. All right. 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. So much easier with the mouse. Ant-Man's toy box.
All right, Ant-Man.
Congratulations.
All right, Ant-Man.
Mystery is gone. Mystery is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Got plenty to choose from. And one of those cans, I think, has money in it. That's one of those.
I think one of them still does. It's been so long ago. I don't know that I would know which one it is at this point, but I'm pretty sure there's one still in there. One of the old timey ones. I can tell you that. One that's been around a long time.
Daddy, what's going on, man? He's joining us. We're about to wrap it up. Ant-Man to Ant-Man. Send Ant-Man to Ant-Man.
Well,
nice.
I don't want to send it to him if he don't want it. I'll let him pick whatever he wants to pick.
He will take Ant-Man. That's what he says. Of course.
There you go. Ant-Man to Ant-Man. That'll make it easier for me to remember, for sure.
All right, there you go. Bonus.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming out, everyone.
Hell yeah. All right. He's not. How dare you? Give him the No. Oh, man. Well, it's a pretty cool show. Pretty fun.
Oh, fun stuff.
Man.
Why not?
You know, you never know with the variety show what you'll get. You never know who could hang out, who could pop in. So you got to be here on Thursdays to figure it all out. And you always learn something. Guaranteed.
You might not have wanted to learn it, but you learned it. You can't unlearn it. That's one thing. You can learn it, but unlearning it, I can't help you with. So
let's see. We got name something the hotel staff wouldn't want to find in a bed while they're making it. And then you got 6 answers. And the top answer. So we'll go 6 answers: a banana, a person, bugs, stains, undies, or a turd.
I was going to say turd. First thing that popped in my mind, of course, poop.
More people said banana than anything.
Banana?
I don't know if I believe that.
No. I got to think it's poop. Or body. Either a body or poop. There's no way it's anything else.
We'll have more fun things like that on an upcoming episode.
What is that game from? What is that game?
A Family Feud.
Oh, Family Feud. Okay.
Yeah, late night with Family Feud.
Oh, okay. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. So you'll have to join us. Maybe we'll do that next time.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like fun.
Comments real quick.
Use condom.
Yeah,
that would not be good.
Yeah, that would definitely be the worst. That's you got to break out the tongs. You know, you don't want to touch that. Tongs. That's how you go with that. All right, man. We're gonna go ahead and head on out of here. You got anything cool going on, Barbarian? I know you about to drop the. I sent him a box to add to the
I gotta do that. Mm-hmm.
There you guys. So he's got a video of that coming up. Anything else going on with you, man?
So I also bought a not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, I had purchased, or I'd gotten purchased for me, the RV from Breaking Bad, and it was a not Lego, but a Lego adjacent. Okay, do you know what I'm talking about? Right? It's like, it's just like, hey. So I tried to put it together, and I realized I hate putting Legos together, and I'm terrible at it. So I convinced a coworker to put it together for me. It says 8 and up, so you'd think somebody that's 50 could manage it, but you'd be completely wrong on this. So I convinced another person to put it together for me. They tried videotaping, it didn't work, but they took pictures as it went. So I'm going to stitch it all together, and I'm going to put some clips in it from Breaking Bad, hopefully. But it's all put together. It's very cool. And so I'll do it. I don't know if it'll be a short, but it'll be a shortish kind of video. So I'm not sure what style that'll be. So I'm going to do that one. That should be coming up soon. And like you said, the video for Chase's box that he sent him, open it up, see what he's got going on in there. And then I keep telling everybody, it's back here, you can't see it, is a short circuit. I'm going to put this thing together. I know I'm going to. I've just got to psych myself up to assembling something that's 1,100 pieces, and they're metal, and then it turns into robots. Right, that's right. It's just like, I don't know.
Screws and bolts.
I don't want to lose pieces. I'm deathly afraid I'll lose pieces. I don't know. So anyway, I got to psych myself up. Maybe that'll happen this weekend. So work on those couple things. But those are the next 3 videos in some format that will come out.
All right. I'm looking forward to it for sure. Well, I got the new Papa Immortus from Ghost.
There you go. That's right.
So I know Mr. Ugly's been on vacation down in hell, but I'm going to see if I can get him to come up and do a little review on this.
Florida was hell. Pup. Isn't Florida hell?
It wasn't hot enough for him. He's just complaining. It's too cold, so he just disappears. I see. And I'm trying to get him to come back, so we'll see if Mr. Ugly will come do a little review. And he's got to show up for this one, because once I get a hold of him, tell him I won a Terrifier pop from Mr. Gabagool on Instagram.
Okay.
Got the new Terrifier Bloody. He's going to send over a pop, some stickers. So I'm definitely going to be doing a video of that. So I got a little something coming from Mr. Gabagool. And I might do a short on Taco Pops. Put out a little post. It was a couple weeks back. Hit me up. Limited names. Can't send to everybody, but he's going to send out a packet of stickers, some of his world famous logos, which if you follow Taco Pops, man, he does some pretty fun little logos with him.
Absolutely.
And Crotchman. So I'm looking forward to getting that in the mail from Australia. So okay. It could be hopefully soon, because it takes a little while.
It definitely takes a while to get from Australia.
So I got that. And that's about all I got really going on. I know I do have 2 Star-Lord sodas that I'm pretty much itching to rip into. So I might maybe shoot something tomorrow if the weather's good enough outside. I want to do an outdoor one. Every once in a while, you might catch that on the channel where I'm out and about at work, maybe, and I'll just get some cool Florida scenery behind me and maybe shoot some because sodas, they're dying, so get what you can and do some soda videos because they ain't gonna be around very much longer.
I used to love soda videos. They were some of my favorite videos to do. It's so sad that they stopped
it is a real bummer. So I don't know. Check out Five Below online. I mean, it's not much they can damage as far as when they send it to you.
So they sell them at Five Below online too.
Yes,
is that what you're saying?
Yes, they do.
Okay, I didn't, because I don't have a Five Below anywhere near me, so just like it'd be a long drive for me.
Check it out. Yeah, check it out online. It's worth. $5.
Yeah, there you go.
That's worth a shot. As we were paying 15 or more back in the day. So.
Yeah.
For sure. So if you're still into the sodas, hit up a Five Below near you. But yeah, I should have that coming up soon. That's about all I got. So definitely thanks once again for hanging out with us for Barbarian Horde Variety Show.
Appreciate y'all.
Tune in next week, 7 p.m. Eastern. Barbarian, Chase, join the kingdom, be the kingdom. Good hunting, everybody. Let's see if I get this thing lined up. Right here. See what your tag,
Barbarian.
I'll catch you next time. All right.